What is up, everybody? I'm Darkseid. I'm gonna go through a little Thaumcraft with you today, and I know some people are have a little trouble with Thaumcraft, but hopefully this will help you out. So, first thing you're gonna want to do is make a wand of the apprentice right here, and it's just a little wand. It doesn't really do much other than holding 50 V's. So you're gonna want to get a bookshelf, and then when you hit a bookshelf, here, let me actually spawn one in for you. Uh, if you put down a bookshelf, take this wand of the apprentice and whack it, turns into a Thaumanomicon. Woohoo! I already have one, so I'm just gonna delete that. But what a Thaumanomicon does is, if you right-click with it on your inventory, it pops up this window, which kind of shows you over here, kind of a little bit of everything, how you make it, and work like a workbench or table, I should say. And so I put down a couple of these because you're gonna need these two or three tables total from my experience, and you're gonna take your wand of the apprentice and whack it, and that will put your wand in this slot, in the wand slot. It works like a regular crafting bench. So if you want to, you can create stuff in here, and the only time that you'll need your wand in this slot is if you're making something for Thaumcraft itself. So you're going to need scribing tools to get the research table. You're going to need scribing tools, and you're going to want to right-click on the two tables put side by side. That will make this little puppy for you, and that I think I put, yeah, there we go. So you're going to want to put paper down here because you're going to need to write everything down on your paper. So the next thing you're going to want to look at is this down here, cursory or thorough. Cursory has a less likely chance of using up your item, but it also is a lower chance of getting a researching anything. Thorough is a higher chance of using your item but a higher chance of researching better and more efficiently. I like to be on thorough personally. So I'm gonna start off, and I'm just gonna grab a whole bunch of stuff from in here. You'll all figure it out. I'll go through it all with you because it's, like I said, it's kind of difficult to get to know and understand everything. So I'm gonna try and make this the easiest way. So the first thing that we're going to want to research today is Nitor. Yeah, Nitor. Sorry, I have a cheat sheet going on, so bear with me on this one. So we're going to want to go Nitor, and Nitor requires Ignis, Lux, and Potentia. So if you shift and hold your mouse over anything, it shows different aspects that each item has. So we're gonna put this in here, and it shows Lux right here. So we're gonna click this button, and notice how it moved from the center out. Once it reaches the furthest out, then it is 100% completed, as you can see by that right there. We've researched Lux 100%, so torches have Lux. Next, we're going to look at Ignis, which coal has. Ignis is fire, fire, heat, or burn. So we're going to click this, and actually at the same time we're researching Potentia, because the coal not only has Ignis, but it has Potentia along with Saxum. So we're going to research that until everything is at 100%, and you'll see something pop up here. One piece of paper will disappear. Nitor will appear right here, and you can take everything out. So if you read it, you just scroll over it, and you can look down. This glowing flame seems to be fueled by magic itself. The number of uses for an ever-burning flame seems endless, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to produce much heat, though it could prove to be a steady source of light and energy. So what you do to actually research it is you look at it, and all you have to do is right-click. So if you go into your Thaumanomicon, it shows you that you've researched Nitor. And then also, if you look into your Thaumanomicon, all these flashing ones are things that you have the potential to research. And I'm going to go through all of them. So right now we can research these 4 items right here. So I'm going to continue on, and the next one that we're going to try to go for is basic transmutation. So that one requires metallum, charis, and permutatio. So metallum is obviously metal, and I like to use iron. You can also use, let me look it up, and you can also use iron or gold ingots, clay blocks, anvils, slightly damaged or any kind of anvils, any copper, tin, silver ore, iron or gold ore. I'm going to try and give you guys the ways that I think are the best. You can do it in whatever way you want. So basic transmutation, there it goes. Charis is the next thing we're going to look for, and that is going to be found in it's expensive, precious, or valuable, which can be found in smooth sandstone, which is odd because sandstone is not very valuable. But so put that in there and start clicking away until you get this. And then the permutatio actually pops up. And what I like to use for permutatio are eggs. You can make a chicken farm really easy. And if you get like 15, 20 chickens, then you pop out a few eggs here and there. And if you collect them, then they actually add up fast. And eggs is actually the best way for permutatio. So I only used 2 eggs, and I got it to 100% complete. So basic transmutation, there it is. By studying the rudiments of alchemy and the properties of metals, you think you might have stumbled upon a way to transform base metals into gold. This opens up here, let me look at the Thaumanomicon. This will actually open up 5 more transmutations that will appear right up here that we'll go through. So they're hidden, so we're going to have to unlock those. Next thing we're going to go for is cognito, or I can't pronounce this. Thermometer. Thermometer. Not a thermometer. A thermometer. Which requires cognito, machina, and precantario. So we know that that's potentia. No, my bad. We're going to look for cognito, which you find in paper. You can also find cognito in zombie brains, books, bookshelves, or knowledge fragments. Knowledge fragments are obviously the best, but I think paper is the easiest way to get it because you can have a paper farm pretty easily with sugarcane. So you pop that and cognito. There we go. And if you look at that, there it is, a thermometer. Thermometer. Yeah, there we go. Huh. So the next thing we're going to want to find is machina, which can be found with redstone. So click that, put some redstone in there, click it away, and there it is. I want to also look at this. If you're doing this on your own and you're just trying to figure out how to research, before I go into all these research techniques, I want to show you guys, if you read this, sometimes they have little hints in there. You believe the mystical device will point you in the direction of nearby sources of mystical energy. Sometimes they have hints here and there. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to continue about that one. So, what is the precantatio, which can be found? That's Imperito. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Not liking that. Precantatio. There we go, which is magic. That was bad. But magic. So we're just gonna put the chiseled sandstone in there. That's probably the easiest way. Again, you can also use golden carrots, emeralds, blaze rods, beacons, fire, any kind of shards really. These shards are the best out of all the different types. Great wood, arcane wood block, arcane stone block, V shard, like I said, arcane work table, silver wood log, music disc ward, enchantment table, and any enchanted item. Depending on the enchantment level, it'll give you different amounts of aspects. So there it is, thermometer. And there it is. You believe this mystical device will point you in the direction of nearby sources of mystical energy. Cool. And if you go right in here, there it is, right here, thermometer. And you'll also see that this opened up right here, which we'll get to in just a second. It's getting night, so let's turn the tape. Boom. All right. The next thing we're going to want to do is probably enchanted fabric, which is fabrico, panis, and precantatio. Precantatio, again, can be found in the chiseled chiseled sandstone. So there it is. And oh no, we actually are opening up with thaumium, which is actually what I just showed you, which is this right here. So thaumium is precontatio, metallum, and permutatio. Permutatio can be found in eggs again, because it can change. Permutatio. And metallum can be found in iron ingots. So there it is, thaumium. And let me read it to you. You found a way to infuse and transform base metals with raw magical energy. You are hopeful that the resultant material will prove stronger and more resilient than its components, which it is. I'll go into that in future videos, but for now I'm just going to try and bust through this. I'll probably do a few more and then move on to another video. But let's try that again. Let's try and go for the enchanted fabric again, which we're not going to get, I don't think, because these are the magical building blocks. Magical building blocks are fabrico, metallum, saxum, precontatio, and lignum. Right now we have precontatio and saxum, and I think that fabrico, I'm totally forgetting which is... Oh, crafting tables are probably the easiest way to make these and level these up. So, and they'll actually get you both lignum and fabrico. So that's always good. And then metallum, you'll see that even though nothing that I put in had metallum, then you'll see that, boom, metallum showed up. Sometimes that'll happen, sometimes it won't. So there it is. Magical building blocks, which are going to be very important. You've been studying ways to combine stone, wood, and metals to create building materials suitable for crafting of mystical objects and constructs. So right-click on that. Cool. Next thing we're going to do is, again, try for the... what do you call it? Try for the enchanted fabric. There we go, finally. Enchanted fabric, which requires fabrico, panis, and precontatio. So there is precontatio. Let's go back into fabrico, which is the crafting table, and crank that one out. And panis, is that what I said? Panis, yeah. Which can be found in string, which I like to have because you can have a flax farm, and that's very powerful to have a lot of flax, because then you can use string. You can actually make that into other things as well. So there it is, enchanted fabric. You have created a simple but strong fabric from wool and spider silk. You are sure you can infuse it with magic somehow to create a wonderful crafting component, which it is. It's actually a crafting component from probably my favorite item in Thaumcraft. So as you can see, we're kind of opening these. So let's try and research this, which is alumentum. So for alumentum, we need fractus, which we can find in cobblestone. Which, there we go, fractus. And we're going to need potentia and ignis. So potentia can be found in redstone again, so pop that in there. And ignis can be found in coal, my bad. Which I could have just put coal in there instead of redstone, and it would have given me both ignis and potentia, but I completely derped right there. So there it is, alumentum. And go over to the alumentum. This substance throbs with fiery energy, and it is more eager to release that energy at the slightest bump. It may be unstable, but it would probably make a good source of fuel, which it does. It's actually pretty good. So, if you look at that, that pretty much gives us everything up to this, which is unified thalmic field theory, which, yeah, I think that's good. So what I'm going to try to go for next, which is a lot of the transmutations, which is going to require a lot of permutatio, so a lot more eggs. And so there we go. And put metallum in there, because those are the two for a lot. And there you go. Tin transmutation, which is metallium, permutatio, and vitreous. Vitreous can be found in... like beacons, diamonds. I like to use glass because it's the easiest for me, and it's the easiest to obtain out of everything. So pull that one out, and all these are going to be the same, so I'm not going to read all of them but after this one. So having mastered the transformation of base metals into gold, which we did earlier, the next step would be to transform any and all metals into tin. So that would be super helpful. So the next thing we're going to want to do is put another egg in there. Put some more eggs, I should say. And then metallum, which this is iron, so all it's going to require is metallum and permutatio. And boom, there we go. Which is nice. So having mastered the transformation, oh yeah, just transferring stuff into iron, cool. And so throw some more eggs in there. Oh, I ran out of eggs, so I'm going to grab some more. And hopefully I won't run out of much, but I have a feeling that I will. So this one is silver transmutation, which is metallum is also, it's just metallum and permutatio. So there it is. Silver, blah, 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 turning other metals into silver. Good. And put more eggs in there. Cool. This one is an unknown, so put metallum in there. And Vacus is popped up, which can be found in chests or bottles. I like to use chests. Again, wood is really easy to come by, especially if you've been farming a lot of bone meal and everything like that. So, so Vacus, and so you just pop that in there, boom, lead transmutation, right there, and changing metals into lead. And let's see if we can get copper, because that's really the last one that we need. And so let's put more eggs in there. I almost totally forgot and derped for a second again. I think I seem to be doing that a lot today. Yep, there it is, copper. So, and Victus is what we need, which Victus is like a life, or I like to put in food, because that's the easiest way. You can use steak, pork chop, bread, wheat, apples, melon, sulfur. I don't know why sulfur is in there, but apparently it is. So there it is, copper. And then if you look at that, there's the 5 that I was talking about. And we'll end the video here, and we'll start off the next video with the unified thalmic field theory, and potentially even gunpowder, which I think is like over here somewhere. So actually, let's do gunpowder right now, because I feel like let's try and get all that done. So click on gunpowder, which requires fractus, permutatio, and ignis. So there's fractus. Not a very good source of fractus, but fractus. Permutatio, which is right there, permutatio. And there it is, gunpowder. And ignis, which can be found in coal. And, oh, there we go. And there's gunpowder. And I think, yeah, there we go. Since alumentum has such an explosive properties, maybe you can harness some of what you have learned to create something more mundane, but just as explosive. So there we go, guys. I'm going to end the video off for today, and I will upload the next one that will go into different wands that you can make in the unified thalmic field theory, and there's lots of stuff here, and golems, and oh, it's going to be all fun next time. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys. Bye.